Hey everyone, Legend Lewis back here for a first of mine, and it might also be the only one, considering how long it has actually taken me to do these videos. But before I get to what this video is about, well, you probably do already know because of the thumbnail and also the title of the video. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for the lack of uploads lately, simply because I have been back in college and I've literally had no time to do any reactions. Not reactions, reviews. And also reactions as well. But yeah, I've just been like really busy doing like new college work and everything, and like I do have time off, but just not enough to really like do like reviews within the same day or two that I go watch something. And yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm sorry for the lack of uploads. So hopefully now I should be a bit more active. And yeah, I just want to say I'm sorry. But for this video, it is a review palooza. I'll be reviewing the last 4 movies that I watched in the cinema: Beetlejuice, Joker, Folie, Deux, The Boy and the Heron. Okay, that one was on Netflix, but I wanted to review it. And The Wild Robot. Yeah. I'm gonna try and keep each one 3 minutes at most. So, yeah, I think with all that out of the way, let's just get started with the reviews. So, Beetlejuice is obviously the sequel to Beetlejuice. A very long overdue sequel, I will say. And I really enjoyed this movie. I hadn't watched the original Beetlejuice. I didn't actually have plans to go watch this movie. It wasn't until my friend wanted to go watch it, and I told her that I hadn't even watched the original, so as you can tell, I had to watch the original to get knowledge for this movie, and I loved the original. I think it is just such a great throwback movie. And Beetlejuice is just such an amazing love letter to that movie. Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, and Catherine O'Hara, they were all brilliant. Back in their roles, they just did such a great job. Feels like they never even left the characters, and it's been like, what, over 30 years, I think, since the first movie, which is just mad. Yeah, they all just did such a great job. You've also got the addition of Jenna Ortega as I believe her name was Astrid, the daughter to Winona Ryder's character. And I thought she was just such a great addition to this franchise. Is this a great movie, or at the very least a perfect movie? No. The biggest problem I had with this movie was the like love interest, future husband. I cannot remember his name, but the future husband for Winona Ryder's character. I hated him, but the actor who played him did such a great job in making him just such a dislikable character, and he did that great. But I just do not like that character at all. This again was directed by Tim Burton, and he did such a great job with this movie. It just felt like Tim Burton just went all out with this movie. Do I think he'll win any awards? I think he'll get nominated at least. I don't think he'll win any. Only time will tell. But yeah, I loved this movie. I know it is still in cinemas, but I'm pretty sure it is just starting to come up to the end of its run. It did come out at the beginning of September, and it's like late October now, so I don't think I'll watch it again in the cinema, but I'll probably will watch it on digital or Blu-ray, depending on how I watch it. But yeah, I highly recommend you watch this movie somehow. Yeah, how would I rate Beetlejuice on a scale of 1 to 10? I'd probably just give it a solid 8 out of 10. Again, it's not a great movie, it does have its problems, but yeah, hopefully we will get a third movie because it just works well for this franchise. And I am pretty sure, I think it was Tim Burton said that they don't think we will get a third Beetlejuice because of their age, which just seems a bit weird. But if they just announce it now, that'd be great. But yeah, I just love this movie. Of all the movies that I was looking forward to watching this year, Joker Folie was my eighth most anticipated movie of 2024, and I can officially say that Joker Folie is the 2024 version of what the Super Mario Brothers movie was for me last year. And I really hate to say this, but this honestly, and I'm pretty sure just will be for the rest of the year, or the year altogether, Joker Folie is honestly the biggest disappointment that I have watched this year. I was really, really looking forward to this movie, and it just did not. I just did not like it at all. Um, the only good thing about this movie was Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker, Arthur Fleck. I think that's the name of his character. I could be wrong. Uh, it's just. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that the idea for this movie came from a dream that Joaquin Phoenix had, and I wished it just stayed as a dream. I didn't even ask for a sequel. I was excited for it when it got announced, but I never asked for one, and I don't think anyone else did. Joker, the first one, was just such a great standalone movie, and I just can't believe it went from an amazing take on one of the most well-known villains in cinema history to this like unneeded musical. A musical, by the way. The songs in this movie, it just did not work at all. And oh, I just wish this movie turned out so much better. Lady Gaga as, I want to say Harley Quinn, but I don't even think that's the name of the character. I think her name was just Lee Quinzel. I think. I could be wrong. But, they just underused Lady Gaga so much. She was only in the movie for like half an hour. That was it. And this movie was I think 2 hours? Oh, this just disappointed me so much. Um, yeah. Joaquin Phoenix, the only good thing about this movie, but everything else about it was just not good. And I think the only actual good things that I can say about this movie was the album that Lady Gaga released for this movie, Harlequin. I love that album. Don't get me wrong, I love that album. It is great. And I think the best thing I can say about this movie was how I watched it. This was my first ever 4DX experience, and I loved that experience. I just wish the movie was so much better. I think the only nomination it'll get is for Joaquin Phoenix. I think that's all this movie really has for it. And it has not done well at the box office at all. It's not even at 200 million. Oh god, this movie was just such a disappointment. I haven't got anything else to say about this movie. Yeah, so how would I rate Joker Folie on a scale of 1 to 10? I would give it probably just 3 out of 10. Oh, this just was not a good movie at all. I was so disappointed. So The Boy and the Heron is, I'm just going to say it's the true comeback of Studio Ghibli. Earwig and the Witch, that did not happen, that does not exist. The Boy and the Heron, I wished I watched it in the cinema. I'm glad I watched it on Netflix, but oh, I just wished I watched it in the cinema because this is just such an amazing movie. Oh, like, even if you're not into anime, I think you will really like it. This is just true Studio Ghibli. Hayao Miyazaki just poured his heart out into this movie. I am so glad it won literally like every Best Animated Feature award, including the Oscar. It was well deserved. Um, I can't remember the names of the characters in this movie because this is like Studio Ghibli. But the biggest surprise from this movie was Robert Pattinson as the Heron. The voice that he did was just incredible, and I think I might actually say this is his best work he's ever done. Um, he, I didn't even recognize him. Like, and this movie is like such a star-studded cast. You got like, Robert Pattinson, Florence Pugh, Dave Bautista, uh, Mark Hamill. I think. I could be wrong. Um, like the list just goes on. Like, oh, this was just such a great movie. The animation was just breathtaking. The score as well was surprisingly like really soothing and like calming. Like it was just wow. But I will admit, when this movie started, I was a bit scared because I thought this was going to be another Grave of the Fireflies movie. If you have not watched that movie, you have really missed out because that is one of the most like saddest movies I've ever watched, and it is a really tough movie to watch. Um, but The Boy and the Heron was just absolutely breathtaking. Um, I think it did do well at the box office. I know it did open at number one, but um, yeah. As of right now, I don't think Studio Ghibli has announced their next movie, let alone a Miyazaki movie, because I believe this is his sixth retirement film. I could be wrong. And he's retired like after the last move every movie that he's done since like 1997 or 99, I can't remember. He's just said that after every movie that he's done since then, and I just don't believe him at all. But if he does decide to retire after The Boy and the Heron, I will be sad, but I'll be really glad that he decided to go out on probably his like biggest success since Spirited Away. And yeah, this was just such a brilliant movie. The only problem I'd say about this movie was the runtime. I feel like it did drag on just a little bit. Had it not been for the runtime, I probably would have given it a 10 out of 10, but for me, I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10. Like, this is honestly one of the best Studio Ghibli movies. Like, top 10, top 5 even. But, yeah, I'd highly recommend you watch this somewhere, whatever streaming service it's on, depending where you live. Like, you will honestly love this movie. It is just so good. So, The Wild Robot is, from what I've heard, DreamWorks' last movie that they're making themselves. I believe every movie they're making now after this, they're going to be doing it with another studio. I think I've heard like Sony Pictures Imageworks, like that name being thrown around, so it could be that. But yeah, if this is truly the last movie that they're making themselves, they just went out on possibly the most perfect note ever. This might actually be my favorite DreamWorks movie of all time. This movie was just perfect. Like, literally, there's not a single bad thing I can even say about this movie. Like, literally, the animation was just gorgeous. Like, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it did have the same style as Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which here in the UK came out last year, believe it or not, in February. But literally, this movie was just breathtaking. Like I said, the animation was just gorgeous. The voice cast was amazing. Lupita Nyong'o as Roz, she absolutely stole the show, and I think she also lost her voice because of this. Um, I can't remember what talk show it was that I watched. I think it was like Sherry, but she said that she lost her voice because the voice that she does for this movie, it's like a Siri impression sort of voice, but oh, she just blew me away. You've also got Pedro Pascal as I think the fox's name was like Think with an F. I'm pretty sure that was his name. If not, I'll just call him Fox. He played the fox in this movie. I love Pedro Pascal. He is one of the best actors currently. Mandalorian, obviously. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, soon to be. But he just did such a great job in this movie. You've also got Kit Connor as Bright Bill. Yeah, as Bright Bill. The American accent that he did for the character was just spot on. And I'll be honest, I did actually forget that was Kit Connor doing the voice. And this movie is also a star-studded cast. You've got Catherine O'Hara as a... I want to say a possum, but I'm probably wrong. I'm not even going to guess anymore. I'm just going to say, you've got Catherine O'Hara, you've got Mark Hamill, who had like 3 lines in this movie, and yet he was still credited as one of the main actors. You've also got Stephanie Hsu. You've got Bill Nye. I feel like I'm missing someone else. Who else am I missing? I don't think I'm missing anyone. If I am, I'm sorry. But literally everyone just did such a great job, and I just want to point out, I believe this year Catherine O'Hara is the actress or just all-round actor that I've watched the most in the cinema. This is the 3rd movie this year that I've watched her in. She was in Argyle, Beetlejuice, and The Wild Robot. Yeah, I just thought I'd point that out. It's just amazing. But yeah, honestly, The Wild Robot, I believe this might be DreamWorks' best shot ever at winning Best Animated Feature, and I want it to get nominated for Best Picture. Please, I want it to get nominated for Best Picture. I think it can. I think it will definitely win Best Animated Feature. I don't even think it has competition. Like, yes, there's Inside Out 2, but like, that movie I love, but I know it does have problems. But I think there is one upcoming animated movie that I've heard that might give this movie competition, and that's called Flow. And I think that's also like a speechless animated movie. The Wild Robot isn't, but I think this could be DreamWorks' best shot at winning Best Animated Feature. They have not technically won that since Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit back in 2006. And that's just mad. They've released such brilliant movies in the meantime, but I just hope this movie wins. Like, BAFTA, Golden Globe, Critics' Choice, Oscar, literally everything. I just hope it wins. But I would not be surprised if it goes to Inside Out 2 or this Flow animated movie. But yeah, The Wild Robot is just such a perfect movie. DreamWorks' best movie ever, in my opinion. And I can easily just give this movie a 10 out of 10. Like, this is just DreamWorks' best movie ever. And I think with all of that out of the way, that was my little review palooza, if you will. Like I said at the start of the video, I'm sorry that there's been a lack of uploads lately, but hopefully now I will be uploading a bit more regularly. Ish. the next reviews, I do have like on the cards, Transformers 1. I've heard that movie is amazing, and quite possibly maybe even Smile 2 if I do go. But yeah, be on the lookout for more reviews, and I hope to see you on the next legendary review reaction, whatever it shall be, video. See you guys.